Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Sorry I haven't been posting in a bit, but school is literally like makes me want to die. So I haven't really had much time. My schedule has been like kind of busy, and I also have not really been feeling well, and that's not COVID related, I promise. But since we're on the topic of COVID, let's talk about going to a school in the middle of a pandemic, attending college in the middle of a pandemic, going to a university in the middle of a pandemic. As most of you all know, I go to the University of Memphis in Memphis, Tennessee, and it is a university, a pretty big college campus. There are like thousands upon thousands of students who go here, all that stuff, yada yada yada. And like, I just have like some thoughts. I feel like my school is doing a very, very horrible job at dealing with the pandemic. But as we all know, like the entire United States of America is doing a very horrible job. So when the pandemic first started, we went on spring break and like literally just never came back to school. I came back because I stayed on campus, and my school gave a lot of people the option to move back home if they wanted to, like free of charge or whatever, and then classes moved online and like all of that stuff. And then at the start, everything was going pretty much how it should have been. Like everyone was wearing a mask, everyone was like social distancing and stuff. Like even going to the dining hall, it was still like they had a I guess like a plan or whatever on how to deal with the pandemic. But over the summertime, that kind of like went down the drain, and like everyone was like, woo, pandemic is over after like a month of like quarantine or whatever. So that was that. And then all last school year, everything was online, which was great, but my school had planned to start the school year like in person. But they was like, we'll give it like 2 weeks or something like that to see how everything is, and we'll just stay online for those 2 weeks. So we ended up staying online for even longer, and we just never went back to being in person. But a couple classes, like I think after like the second month of school or so, they was like, we're gonna start having like hybrid courses, so like half the people can be in class and then half the people could be online, and you'll just like switch out or whatever. And I thought that was very odd to do because we're still in the middle of a pandemic, and like having online classes really helped with the cases on campus. But for the people who did stay on campus and for the people who did still like come to the school on campus, there really wasn't much enforced for that. Like I would see people like without a mask on, even some of the workers didn't have a mask on. Social distancing like basically didn't exist or whatever. So I tried not to go on campus that much all last school year. If I did, I would go in like a very secluded area. But like going inside of the UC was like crazy, because like there would be like people like in like whole tables, like whole groups without a mask on. And so like a lot of the precautions or whatever that they like put in place at the start of the pandemic basically like disappeared, I guess. It's kind of like we've been in the pandemic for this long, like people like kind of don't care anymore, which like I can see why they would do that, but like no. So the school set up this part on their website to show like all the COVID protocols and stuff, and so there's a part where you could look at the number of COVID cases on campus, and it went up to almost like I think like 300 something cases like for the entire school year on campus. They show how many hotspots there were, how many faculty had COVID, and how many students had COVID, and then just the cases overall. So towards like the end of last school year, it was up to like 300 something cases, and I was like, bro, that's so crazy, because literally we've been online this entire school year. We've been online, so how is there any cases? But it's because outside of being online, there was nothing in place to stop the spread of COVID. And the school kept sending emails. They was like, oh, blah, 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 blah. We're doing this because the CDC, like, guidelines or whatever said so. But then, like, they wouldn't do it. So it was like, y'all just lying at this point for fun. I don't know. It was kind of odd because it's like I go to, like, this big university that, like, prides itself on, like, taking care of its students and, like, putting our needs first. And it just showed that, like, all of that is a lie. And like with a lot of other universities around the country, like that also showed us as well. And honestly, everybody just kind of realized that like colleges, or I guess big colleges, like it's all about money. It's never really about the students. It's never really about your education or anything like that. Like it's all about like what the school can gain from your life, basically. The end of the second semester last school year, they were like, a lot of classes ended up being hybrid classes, and so we tried to start a petition to like switch it or whatever, and like that didn't really work out. And you know, so there really isn't that much like you can do as a student to like protect yourself when like the people who are supposed to be taking care of you like don't want to do that, which sucks a lot. And then over the summer, as we all know, a lot of places around the country basically acted like COVID didn't exist anymore. They was like, woo, it's summertime, no COVID, woo. Like, girl, it don't work like that. It do not work like that. Like, we are quite literally still in the middle of a pandemic. Literally still in the middle of a pandemic. And then as we can see through science, there were a lot of more hotspots and stuff, and at one point Memphis literally became the #1 spot for COVID. So then school started, and they sent an email during the summertime, and they were like, we're going to open up the campus, everything's going to be normal, blah 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 blah. And like, I didn't want that at all. I really would rather us stay online. But so school started, and like, bro, let me tell you, I ain't seen that many people in one spot in so long. The campus was literally so crowded. And then even in my classes, like I tried to pick a seat that wasn't that close to other people, but like then other people started sitting next to me, and then I was like, bro, this is literally the only thing I can like really do to protect myself in the classrooms. And then the teachers would go over like the COVID protocols, blah 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 blah. But like a lot of times the teachers don't even follow these protocols. Like one of my teachers, he was literally like, as he was reading the new protocols, took his mask off so we could hear him better, and then was like, blah blah blah, if a student decides not to wear their mask, we will have to kick them out of class, blah 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 blah, you have to have a signed seat so we can do contact tracing, blah blah blah, all this stuff while he's not even wearing a mask. And I'm like, bro, what do you mean? Like, what are you talking about? Like, oh my god. But yeah, there's like, I see so many people that don't have a mask on, even while they're walking outside, while they're walking inside. People will literally walk into the UC without a mask on. There's so many groups of people literally everywhere. Social distancing literally does not even exist. It's really like a big mess, and I'm just waiting for it to all blow up. But the school has like their protocols or whatever. We have to have a signed seat so they can do contact tracing. If a student like doesn't wear a mask, like you have to end the class and go online or something. If you have COVID, you have to contact the dean of students, contact everyone, blah blah blah, all that stuff. You have to social distance. There are signs up all over the place that says like you have to wear a mask, all that stuff. But no one listens to any of those things. Half the workers on campus don't even wear their mask or wear it properly or whatever, and it's just like, bro. Like, bro, we are never getting out of this pandemic. We are literally never getting out of this pandemic. I started to wear 2 masks because it's a little too many people outside. So I wear 2 of them now. I wear this kind, and then I put a cloth one on top of that one. And then I'm also vaccinated. My sister is vaccinated. A couple of my friends are vaccinated and stuff. So like that's pretty good that at least most of the people that I am around are vaccinated. But still, I'd just rather be safe than sorry, because even if you're vaccinated, you can still get COVID. But I guess at the very least, my school is like offering vaccinations like every Thursday, and then you can like not volunteer, but like sign up to get vaccinated, which is pretty cool, I guess. And so people get vaccinated every Thursday. So yeah, it's just being in college during a global pandemic is really something. Like this is something. Like I can't believe I'm living through so many different social issues. So many things. Like all of this stuff is literally going to be in the history books. I'm like, yeah, tell my kids like, yeah, I lived through COVID. So it's such a weird thing, because I was like, I can't believe like half of my college experiences have been boiled down to like going to class and going straight to my room and like not really going anywhere, not really going out, none of that stuff, because I don't want to like get COVID or spread COVID. And it's like dang, bro, I can't even do stuff to have fun. And like part of me is kind of like, I want to still like go out and still like do stuff with my friends or whatever, because like I am vaccinated, but I also like would rather be safe than sorry. And then like, but it's my senior year, I'm trying to make the most of it and trying to still have a good last year of college, even though I'm in the middle of a pandemic. Hopefully, as the school year goes on, some changes are made, or at least some rules are more enforced, so that we could all be safer and have a safer school year. But the way things have started, I kind of doubt that's gonna happen. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Maybe if something changes, I'll make an update video or something. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. Don't go to college during the pandemic. Yeah, that's really all I have to say. It's kind of scary. So yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.